All right, welcome back to the program. Comedian Kevin Farley is here.
Oh, my God. You guys are so lucky.
Why is that? Because you're here?
Because I'm here.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah. It is a special day here.
Oh, it's like the door opened and sunshine came
Right.
in.
That's what a lot of people say when I come in.
What, did you come here on a moonbeam?
I did. I did. You are lucky to have me.
Well,
No.
Just so you guys know, Kevin is at the Streets of St. Charles Funny Bone this weekend. A couple shows tonight, a couple shows tomorrow, a show on Sunday. Nice new club, huh?
Yeah,
What do you think of the
beautiful.
area?
Beautiful club and beautiful area. Lots of stuff to do, you know, food and drink and food and fun and laughs. So it is a cool area to see. And come on out, you know, we're going to have fun. We're just going to have, I like to have just fun in my shows,
Well,
you know,
so
mess around.
you're in town for a couple days, so
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
I have 2 shows tonight, 2 shows Saturday, and then a show Sunday, too. So
Yeah, but I mean, there's some downtime. What are we doing? We hanging out?
Party. Party.
You want to hang out?
Party. Let's hang out. Party.
What do you want to do? What does Kevin Farley want to do on?
You know what I like to
Your
do?
first show is at tonight at 7:30. We've got some time to kill. What are we going to do?
Yeah, well, we're going to have a napping contest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Morning show people.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
champions in that sport.
We're going to have a nap contest.
We are almost 9 years into the show, and we're coming close to napping together eventually.
Yeah.
Just like a row of spoons.
We've talked about
Yeah.
all going in and trying to find like either a small home or apartment around here.
Right.
And just when we're done here, we can just go nap.
It's
Right.
the nap house.
Just
Yes,
go
and
nap.
Everyone
Instead of
take
this-
a room and nap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not everybody would be in one
Yeah,
room.
that everybody would
No,
get bunk
I
beds
don't
or
like
one bed. We'll
touching
push the king size beds
Yeah,
together.
it's a non-stabbing cabin was what we'll call it.
Because I don't like touching anybody.
I don't like touching people. No.
No, I can picture you
guys-
being the big spoon.
If one of you guys wakes up next to me, I'll be like really mad. No.
That means we had a good time together.
Everybody, yeah. Well, we
Sorry
don't
in
know because I
advance.
was asleep, so I don't know what's going on. But everybody takes a room and then naps. That'll be fun. Yeah, and then no speaking, just text. No. Everybody. Yeah, my wife has always wondered like what do you like? She always wants to know like when I go golfing or something with my buddies, and they're like, "What'd you guys talk about?" And I'm like, nothing.
That's probably the truth.
And yeah, it is. It's like we talked about his putt that he made. You know, if he made a good putt, we talked about how good the putt was.
Yeah.
And if he made a bad putt, we talked about how bad the putt was. And they're like, "No, you didn't." You know, like, yeah, no, yeah, we
That's
did.
it.
Yeah,
That's one reason why you do it.
And then we
right?
moved on to the next hole, and we talked about his drive.
His drive, right? Exactly. And then well, didn't you say what's going on with his family? And so I'm like, I don't care.
No. Only question I asked him
I
was,
don't care what's happening with his family or his job or anything else.
He's so
That's
true.
so right.
There's so many times where like I'll go golfing with one of my buddies that I haven't seen in a long time. Then when I get home, my lady's like, "Oh, how's Eric and the girls?" And I go, "Oh."
Oh no!
I'm like, he shot 3 over.
All right, give me the gossip. What guy?
What gossip?
Well, he's changed to Titleist too. That's all I really know.
Which is kind of weird, actually,
so
when you
strange.
think about it.
How'd today
He's
go?
always been a Dunlop guy.
Hey, how'd today
Maybe
go?
there is
Well,
something going on.
I did find out that Winghaven has really good hot dogs at the turn. That's pretty much
That's it.
the number one thing I
That's
took
what we
away from
did.
today.
I drank a couple Heinekens, and that was it.
No gossip. No.
No, we don't gossip. We just
No,
don't.
guys don't like the gossip. No.
We want to be quiet and concentrate on the game, and that's it. And we're happy that way.
happy.
We're
Happy. Right.
Maybe we can have 3 hours to go watch a new Batman. There's a movie theater
Yeah.
right there by the club.
Yeah. And then we talk about the movie.
Yes, we can
What
do
we
that.
just watched. What we just saw.
No, are you gonna seriously go see the sights, or you just hanging at the hotel, whatever?
Oh, yeah, I'll probably do that. Unless, I don't know. I mean, I like to walk around a lot. I meander. When I go out on the road, I meander around. Usually the Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have exceptional
Yeah.
varieties of Walmarts. in
Oh,
this
yeah?
area. Oh, yeah.
No, I actually do love to walk around the Walmart.
From top tier to record breaking.
Well, what's
Yeah.
going out by him? Oh, you got Bass Pro Shop right across the street.
Oh, now that place I could get lost in.
Yeah.
I love
Right
that.
across the
'cause
highway.
I'm a fisherman, so
If you're
I can
looking
look at lures all day long.
if you're looking for the Walmart, you just go one exit down.
you're
You go to
not
that
far.
Zumbel Walmart.
Oh, dude.
You bring a battle helmet and you'll be just fine in there. So
yeah,
You could
dude.
buy one at the Bass Pro Shop.
The Bass Pro Shop is a great store. It is amazing. Yeah, I don't know if you guys fish. I love to fish, so
Yeah.
I can go through lures every day And then I like to talk to the guy. Like, don't ever get him started over there, too, because you're like, hey, can you give me a good lure for bass? And like an hour and a half later,
Yeah, man.
the guy's like,
Next thing you know, he's in your boat.
Yeah.
I'll talk about bass.
All day.
Like 3 days later, you know, he's like, and then he's telling about how many bass he caught, you know, on the thing.
Of course.
Like, okay, I got to get going.
We had a conversation a
get
couple years
going.
ago, and somebody asked a question. If you were to spend a night inside a store, what store would it be? And a Walmart or Target, whatever, somebody said Bass Pro Shop. Like, Bass Pro Shop, let us spend the night.
No way.
When the store was closed.
Even
great.
better.
Great.
So, like a
So
dream for any fisherman, in my opinion, is we see some of those fish in the big tanks that
Those
they
are
have.
great, yeah.
They let us fish in there.
They did?
Yeah, no hooks. We didn't hook them, but like
What'd you do, climb in there?
No, we were throwing
Hand fishing.
we were throwing hookless lures. Just kind of casting and practicing casting, and the fish are hitting them. Oh, it was so fun.
It was
What
awesome.
kind of
so
fish do
fun.
they have in there?
Oh man, they had everything. They got everything from some different types of gar in there. There's some big ass bass. There's a couple
Gar.
cats.
Yeah,
One
gar.
goldfish.
Gar, not a great eating fish. That's
No, and the
that's
problem-
a bottom feeder.
Oh yeah, all of our lakes are just filled with these nasty gar. So
Yeah.
anytime I'm bass fishing or any fishing, I'm getting 80% gar. It's
Gar.
a nightmare.
But
They can get
let
big,
us-
though, those guards.
They let us stay the night there.
Yeah,
No
they made a
way.
course for us so we could ride electric bikes around
They have
and race.
weapons in there, too.
Oh,
We shot
we
bow
did
and arrows.
bow and arrows. Yeah.
Dude, we
Almost
played
lost
hide
an
and-
arm.
Kevin, we played hide and seek, and somebody was in a full ghillie
kidding.
suit.
That's
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It was great.
I'm still
What if you
hiding.
guys trash the place? You're like, wait a minute.
It was like that when we got here. I promise.
You
Everything
shouldn't
was
have
good.
trusted us.
Everything was good until Jeff started a fire inside. And he was like, what? I'm just
Are you
testing out this
serious?
flint.
Shouldn't have had a fire pit there.
What did you guys
No.
It was a dream though. It was fun.
You know, even the vehicles in there. Can you start those things?
Oh,
up?
yeah.
Yes, we can. Oh, we were tail whipping 4-wheelers and
No
electric
way.
bikes and
Oh
everything.
yeah, electric
it-
bikes were up to like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, we
It
were
was pretty
flying.
Kidding
badass.
me.
No, it was great.
Yeah, they made a course.
Well,
and everything.
that's fun.
Yeah, it was cool. I still got a key if you want it.
Yes, I'm going over there.
Yeah, the one across the street from where you are.
Oh, what a blast.
Yeah.
What a blast. You know, they have those ATVs in there. I'm going to save up for one of those things. But, you know, I'm a little scared of myself on one of those things.
It should be.
Not an HEB guy.
No, I'm just afraid if I get overexcited, you know, and I try to jump like something.
Are you,
You know,
You're jumping these things?
You know, when you're driving those things, I know how I would be. I've never driven one, but I know that I would probably look and be like, I think I can. You know, in my head, I'd be like, I think I can jump that.
Are you like that on a golf cart? No?
Yes, yes. In every kind of vehicle, I'd be like, I think I can do this, which is a bad mindset. You know,
Yeah.
when you have
You know,
like a golf cart or an ATV or something like that. You
Every
can
once
do
in a while,
this.
we'll see a story, and it's usually from down south of somebody trying to jump their car over a ravine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, you know, off a bridge, you know,
Yeah.
like Dukes of Hazzard style.
Exactly. Dukes of Hazzard.
And it doesn't turn out well.
Dude, there
Dukes of
are
Hazzard
certain par 3 or like a par 3 hole on golf courses where like you tee off from up top and then you got to drive down to the hole, and it says like, please slow down, take foot off gas, steep, you know,
Sure.
decline, all that stuff. Every time I see one of those signs, I go, no, I'm flooring this.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's no way I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Just a
slow down here.
recommendation.
I want to get this thing up to 96 miles an hour. There's no
Yeah.
way I'm slowing it down.
Golf carts are dangerous too because there's nothing to protect you on those things.
This
No.
plastic window in front of me, that does fold down.
Yes,
I'm
it
going right
does.
through this.
It does.
Well, if you watch Jackass, I think the first Jackass movie, John in Knoxville,
Yeah.
the golf cart actually comes on top of him.
That was one of his worst accidents.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I haven't seen the new Jackass film, but I want to see that. But
You want to go see it together?
I would love to see it. Like that, yeah,
After the nap.
definitely. And we'll talk about the Jackass movie.
Yeah, we'll do that.
There'll be no gossip.
It's the most excited I've ever seen him in his life.
Me and Kevin Farley are going to go see Jackass, the new
I'd love
Jackass
to.
movie. It's a date.
Those guys got to grow up, though. When are they going to grow up a little bit? I mean, come on. I mean, it's some of that stuff. It's like I could never do that movie if they asked me to be in that movie. It'd be like, hey, Farley, we want you to put a bunch of bees in your crotch area.
Well, you had brothers. Did you guys do that stuff when you were
yeah,
younger?
yeah. We used to play a game called Does This Hurt? Which is,
Oh man.
you know, and it's like pretty simple game, basically.
You don't need to explain the rules.
Concept. What's the
basically.
concept? What's
Pretty
the concept
simple.
of does this
The
hurt?
concept usually involved a belt, and the belt buckle. And then basically I would say to my little brother, does this hurt? And then I'd hit him with the belt buckle. And he'd either reply yes or he would reply no. And if he replied no, I would do it until I got a yes.
Yes.
And that's the game.
That's the game.
Yeah, who wins?
You win, right? Because you're the one with the belt.
Who wins? Listen, but you come from like, a family, with showbiz people. I mean, how do you?
Yeah.
So you had 4 siblings?
Well, yeah, 5 actually. 4 boys and 1 girl, Barbara.
How do you jockey for attention? I
Well,
guess the
that was
louder you
tough.
get-
Chris usually won those.
So you had to be loud.
I don't
I come
believe
from
you.
a big Italian family,
Yeah.
so you have to be loud in
Well,
order to be heard.
in any argument or any kind of contest in any big family, there's a one-upmanship thing, and then who's gonna go that where nobody else goes, and that was Chris every single time.
Yeah.
So that was the game we always played. Like, who's gonna go there? That we're all thinking about,
Going there.
but
Most people have
nobody's doing.
Most people have the governor, like, well, I'm not going to go this far, but,
Yeah, I'll go right up to the edge and say, like, hey, look, me, I'm on the edge. Who's jumping off the edge?
But you guys just had to make each other laugh all the time.
Yeah, constantly. It was a constant thing like that. Yeah, it was constantly trying to one-up each other. Yeah, and that's probably where it all stemmed from. So we had a basement in our house. My parents just threw us down there like a bunch of wild animals. And so we never really saw anyone. So it was kind of like, yeah, okay, what do you want to do? Either play Does This Hurt or tackle football or something like that, or make each other laugh,
I can imagine that your parents putting you down to the basement, like 15 locks on the door.
Yeah, no,
guys come
nobody
up for
saw
dinner.
us. And it was Wisconsin.
Throw some red meat down there every once in a while for you guys.
Like, dinner, here you go, boys.
Well, speaking of your parents, and obviously multiple kiddos in this family went into show business, and I've heard you say in many interviews that a lot of the inspirations was your father, and your father was really like the boisterous guy.
He was, big guy, big guy, big voice and that kind of thing. He never really had to, do anything other than yell, when his voice was real low, and he'd be like, hey, get up there, and then we were so frightened of that low voice that we didn't have to do anything. We just, that's all he did. But he was a very funny guy. He was hysterical. And so, yeah, a lot of Chris's characters, everything comes from just imitating my dad. He was just always imitating my dad. My dad was really the funniest guy.
That kind of answers the question I was going to just ask you, but obviously he was very supportive of you guys getting into the entertainment business.
No.
What did he want you guys?
Who would ever be supportive of going into comedy?
Well, my dad was supportive of this because he knew I had nothing else going
But would you
on.
want your kids?
Yeah,
Would you
well,
want
I
your,
mean,
would you
sorta
want your
like
kids
that,
to go into radio?
Probably
No.
not.
You want something better.
Yeah, my dad would be like, okay, well, I guess.
What was your path? What did he think your path was?
Business? I went to Marquette for business, and he's like, I paid for a business degree. What the heck's going on? And then I ended up doing comedy, because I'm like, well, Chris is doing comedy. I didn't have a lot of thought.
We were talking about your cousin.
I didn't have a lot of thought. Yeah, well, Jim is business. My uncle Jim was the head of Citicorp, and so he was a banker, and so Jim, he was business ever since he was a kid.
He's
so
a CEO of
now
Ford.
he's CEO of Ford. Yeah.
And your dad's over there going, and I got these 2 idiots that
I
are
got
going into
these guys.
comedy, and what?
I had a cousin. I have a cousin that came to my show last night. He's an orthopedic surgeon, so I don't know what's going on with the family. I and then we have a bunch of comedians, and so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I did. But you never know what your kid's going to do. You never know, And so my dad was pretty open-minded about it. He was just like, all right, well, best of luck to you. I don't have to pay for it.
Right. You had to have been happy though, seeing how you guys affect people's lives in such a positive way. I mean,
Sometimes.
you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes not.
Like tonight, you're going to lighten the loads.
Maybe.
of 100-something to
And
a
we
couple
need
hundred
it.
people.
We need it.
That need
Yeah.
that stuff.
Oh, no, I
It's a big
agree
deal.
that. Doing comedy right now is great because people have been cooped up and told what to do for so long. And so I do think that, every comedy show I do now in this time, it's just a great thing because I get people coming up to me, we haven't been out in 6 months, and or even years. Like I had a couple people come up. This is the first time we've been out. It's like, well, I've been out a lot during the quarantine, but some people are still hanging in.
And your comedy's very positive. Like you're,
Yeah,
you're
I
a very
try not to
positive
get
person
too-
on stage.
I try not to get too, but I will, but no, I try not to. I have, when, with hecklers and that kind of thing. But I know, no, normally
Who would heckle you?
there's.
Why?
Because they're drinking.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you're drinking, you're like, yeah, you don't know what you're doing, But that's a fun thing. What they always realize is I have a microphone, guys.
And you can hit him with it.
Oh, not that. I can just say, you can't say anything. I'll just yell over you.
Have you ever had to remove somebody?
A couple times, sure. Yeah, it's fun.
way.
Is it fun?
Yeah, we start going, nah, 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 nah.
Everybody wave to him.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
When we were yesterday talking about you coming on the air, and I forgot you were in this. Tony brought this up. Kevin Farley was in a boy band.
Yeah.
And this was early 2000s.
Early 2000s, MTV was MTV's first movie ever, and we were making fun of boy bands. And,
Oh my! And I got a song.
Yeah.
from.
Wait, that was a parody?
It was a parody. Yeah. No, but honestly, that's why I got out of there, because a lot of the girls, little girls, the 13-year-old girls, they're like, "You guys are the best band," and I'm like, "This is a joke." And they're like, "No, you guys are great." And I'm like, "No,
You had a song chart.
no, I'm a
You had a song
comedian.
in-
to be great.
I'm a comedian."
You guys had a song chart on the Billboard
That's
Top
amazing.
100.
That's where it got a little scary. And the other guys were like, "Okay, let's just morph into a boy band." I'm like, "I'm out. I'm out."
Well, here's one of the
I'm
songs.
out.
This song is the band is called Together. Kevin played a guy named Doug
Doug
Linus.
Linus. Yeah.
Who was there's always the cute one, the smart one. Doug Linus,
Yeah.
the older brother.
The older brother with two first names.
I had braces.
All right, here's a song called "You Plus Me Equals Us." Calculus.
Yeah. Great lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Great lyrics.
Can you still sing some of this stuff?
Oh, yeah. We're together. I mean, I don't have a great voice. Trigonometry, you never equal up to what you do to me. So let's integrate, don't differentiate. Never English stink, not to mention, I don't even afford to pay my attention. You never equal up. I know my calculus. Plus me equals us.
It's all coming back, huh?
I know my calculus. It says 2 plus me equals us.
It's so good.
Fantastic.
No
Now's the
wonder
time
it's
to tell
charming.
them.
Right.
Now's the time to tell them. The rest of the guys are here.
We're getting
Come
the
on.
band back together. Come on in, boys.
Imagine.
Management's here for a contract. You're going to live this character.
Oh, I signed a gem of a contract. That was a beautiful one. I didn't make any money at all. That music business is a real gem. That's
Well, yeah, that
don't I
song
know?
followed up
yeah.
with the big hit song "Say It, Don't Spray It,"
Yeah.
and then the song that charted, it was actually hit number 87 on the top 100. Was a song called "The Hardest Part of Breaking Up Is Getting Back Your Stuff."
Exactly. Which is so true, and a
Practical
song.
things.
And the music video we watched this morning, I mean, I forgot how funny that whole thing was.
No, it was, we were a hit. We toured with Britney Spears.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but I mean, we were in the parking lot of the but we toured with her, But it was an amazing experience, I could not have. We shot that up in Vancouver, and it was a television show. We shot up there, lived up there for a little while, and it was a mess. It was in every show we had it was kind of like the Monkees, where you had a song every show.
Mm-hmm.
So like we had to choreograph it every show. It was a lot of work and dancing and.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, it was a whole boy band routine.
It was a routine, and every show was a dance routine, and it was pretty wild.
Did you get any crap from the real boy bands?
There were some that had a good sense of humor, like NSYNC had a good sense of humor, and then the Backstreet Boys. No, they were pretty serious. They're like, listen, you guys, this is our life.
And you went, and
Yeah, and you're like, you guys are making fun of what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'm like, yeah, kind of, yeah.
I bet you if you ask them now, they'd be like, oh, it was funny.
Oh, sure, yeah. Some of them do now, yeah. But NSYNC always had a good sense of humor about themselves, like Chris Kirkpatrick and those guys. They all had a good sense of humor about themselves. And then there's a couple other ones like LFO. Remember LFO?
Oh, yeah, man.
They were pretty cool about it. And there's another one. Who's Nicholas Chase? Yes. Yeah. They didn't like it. No.
That's because you had more hits than them already.
Higher on the chart. You're saturating the market.
I don't know. Yeah, they didn't like it. But, I mean, it was a strange experience. And then some of those songs, got to be really good. And then I think what happened was, unfortunately, Mikey, who was 16 at the time, Mike Cuccione, he died at that time. So it got to be really sad. And otherwise, who knows? We'd still be doing it.
Well, all that stuff is, everything's available up on YouTube. Isn't that crazy to think your whole career now is up on YouTube? Everything you've done. It is
kind of nuts.
You could type in Kevin Farley and
I have a lot of stuff up there, yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I remember you in Curb Your Enthusiasm. We watched that clip this morning.
Yeah.
When you kill the dog.
I do, yeah. I killed the rat dog, that's funny. That was a good episode, and Larry David, I got to work with him. He was awesome. And the funny thing is, you can see how my weight goes up and down all the time, because if you go back and look at my YouTube stuff, I'm skinny in one show and then I'm fat in another show. I have more hair and all of it, too.
Is it true that show is just completely ad-libbed?
Yeah, well, yeah, I come from Second City, which is up in Chicago, and I have a background in I knew Jeff Garland. And so, a lot of times Larry will hire those guys, that can improvise.
They can hang, yeah.
Yeah, and so basically the audition is they give you a scenario, and then you improvise with Larry, and that's what the audition is. And then when you get on set, yeah, you'll get Jeff will come up to you and give you a scenario, and then you just run with that. And then Larry will lead you there, but then, pretty much on the fly, which is great and not great, depending on who's hired.
Well, so you could go and wonder. How many times do you?
Yeah, how many
do
takes?
A scene?
How many takes you running through that?
As much as Larry wants. Larry's in charge, so if Larry gets a little tired of it, then he'll move on. And Jeff too. But they'll see how it goes.
Wow.
And if it's going well, yeah. If it's not, cut it, move on. It's all done out of Larry's thing. Larry's the man. He's in charge. So it all, whatever he feels. And
depending on how people react to each other, the scene could go one way or go another way.
Yep, exactly.
But when he walks on the set, is everybody like, all right, Larry's here, let's
go.
Let's do this.
Yeah, for sure. He's in charge.
Wow, it's weird to think about this. No run-throughs.
No.
There's no table reads. You're there's the set. Here's Larry. Here's the scenario.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
They'll talk a little bit about it, and kind of conference about it, and then shoot it.
So you've done the scripted stuff, you've done the stand-up, and like you said, you started with Second City, so you have training. We've talked to a lot of trained guys with the improv, and some of them, and they all talk about the pressure of that, and some of them are really good at it, but it's still pressure to them. And then some guys love it. That's what they love. The enjoyment is coming from the improv. Are you one of those guys that just really loves that part of the craft?
You can get into it. Like a lot of guys have gotten into it over the years, and it's sort of addicting in a way, because it's such an adrenaline rush to go on stage with absolutely nothing. With other people, thank God you do have other people. I can't do it as a stand-up. It's even more intimidating because I don't know what's going on. But if you have other people to kind of fall back on, it's really it's a rush when it goes well, and it's a terrible situation when it goes wrong.
It goes sideways.
So it's like this tightrope you walk every time you go out on stage, and that can become very I know a lot of people that just love to do it, but it's a tightrope walk. And if you fail, it's a disaster.
Well, you said watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? Is great,
Yeah, and those guys are so good at what they do. Ryan Stiles is the best I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
If you get on stage with those guys, I did one show with Ryan Stiles, and it was like another world. That guy is absolutely unbelievable at that particular art form, And those other guys on that show too, the same thing. It's a talent that you have to. It's a muscle you have to constantly make sharp.
What's the key to good improv?
Listening. Listening. And that's why I think a lot of great improvisers are good actors also. Because that's all acting is listening. So it's like, but actively listening, listening to your partner. And really listening, not just like, well, what am I going to say now?
Yeah.
And
Kind of like that in just conversation in life as well, by the way.
Yeah, and that'll help you with your conversations in life. There's a lot of benefits to improv, and then my friend does a lot of other offshoots to improv that'll help you in other different ways of life, like business and sales and that kind of
But
thing.
there are certain key things to say that will then lead into what is the one rule always about improv? It's you got to say a certain thing.
Yes, and
Yes.
Yes, and right. That's the number one rule, because you
Yes, and.
That's what listening is. You say yes to whatever the other person says, and then you add to the other.
Have you heard that, Tony? Like
not.
yes and.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
There's a lot of people that are yes and people, and then there's yes no people.
yeah, that's fun.
People are like, yes, I get what you're saying, and you're wrong. And here's why.
So and here's this.
Yeah.
And you're also working now with Bill Burr in F is for Family, which I know you
Bill?
love that show.
Love that show.
Bill, I did acting class with him years ago, and he was just hysterical back then. And I've been friends with Bill for a long time, and he gave me some voices on that show to do, and I've been enjoying that for the last 5 years. It's a great show, and if you go on Netflix and look at some of that stuff, it's wild. It's out there.
Wild.
It's out there.
I tell you what, the voiceover stuff, man. How much do you love doing?
Great.
It's gotta be
you
the best.
Go in there in a pajama outfit and and knock out some stuff. It's great.
We had Maria Bamford in here a couple weeks ago. And
she's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I mean, her voice is amazing. But I mean, she's like, that's the best job ever.
Oh yeah, you don't have to dress up. It's kind of like you guys. I see.
Yeah.
What? What?
Hey. No.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to a
the sweatshirt gang.
And now we got cameras on us. I mean, now.
Oh, see, now that's the Blues radio. I mean,
I know.
that
Really
it's
does,
terrible.
yeah. I know.
Radio guys is just wear whatever you want.
You know what's crazy is listening to some of these comedians trash radio.
Oh.
There are certain comedians out there that trash morning radio.
Well,
Oh, I don't know. I think it's because they don't like to get up in the morning.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the thing with late night. You're doing your show late night, and I think comedians can be a little cranky.
I get it. Listen, I get we're the low rung on the entertainment.
Well,
on the
not really.
entertainment
No,
ladder. Yes,
I
we
mean
are.
Howard Stern or any of these guys. I mean, if you do it, it's an art form like anything else. I mean, it's tough to do. Your job is hard as anything, because it's like
5
you've
days
got
a
to.
week, 4 hours a day.
It's tough. If you do it well, I know guys that do really well, and it's tough. I mean, it's a talent. I think with stand-ups, though, they don't like getting up in the morning. They hate it.
Oh, we get up at 2:30 every morning.
I know, and you guys are
You
up
guys
at
are
a certain.
complaining?
And they're getting off stage sometimes.
We're getting off. Yeah, we're getting off
Saw
stage.
you
at
on the road
2:30.
this morning. I think.
Yeah. We're switching it. Yeah, but I think comedians are moody and crazy.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
And tough to live with. Mm-hmm. And you got married last year?
I did.
Yeah, congratulations.
I did.
Guy got
Awesome.
married.
Yeah. I did. It's
Big
been
wedding,
great.
little wedding?
Oh, just me and her. Yeah. As you get older, you're like, maybe I ought to keep this quiet.
Yeah. Oh, we got married in the woods. We literally went into the
Yeah.
woods and got married a couple years ago.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
way.
As you get
a
older, it's
bear
like,
married them.
big weddings are kind of for kids,
A bear officiated.
bear officiated
yeah,
their
the
wedding.
signature is very
That's
something.
fun.
We haven't seen his wife since. She didn't make it out. But it was the pictures were great. The pictures
Yeah,
were
the pictures
great.
are fantastic.
Good for you. When did you get married?
October 2020. So like in the middle of everything.
Right in the COVID thing.
yeah, but-
COVID kind of
But it's okay.
inspired a lot of
because
marriages.
I didn't want
I think.
anybody in there anyway, so I didn't have to insult anybody by not inviting them.
Yeah.
Listen, that's the best thing to do. You don't have to
perfect.
spend money on invitations or anything.
We weren't
else like
invited.
Yeah.
His showmates were not invited.
that. I don't
Yeah.
think he likes you.
Heck no.
I got married at the very end of March in 2020, and right
Oh,
at the
look at
very,
you.
very beginning. Yeah, I'm hidden over here.
Okay,
And
yeah.
He has bad breath.
He's behind glass because he's dangerous.
yes. Yeah, so we went
Looks
from
like it.
500 to 10, and it ended up being amazing.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
right?
he did his online.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, my pastor said it was the smallest, biggest wedding he ever did.
Yeah, because it was 20,000 or 25,000 people watching.
Online. How
Yeah.
On
fun.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And you saved a lot of money.
Yeah, that was nice.
Well, think about this. So you got married in March of 2020.
Yeah.
Right, March 2020. Invitations were already out. We had his bachelor party at a concert venue, sold out.
Yeah.
And then literally a couple weeks later, the world shuts down. He's got his wedding coming up.
Oh, no.
So you had to pivot to doing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it would wind up,
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's great.
Me and my family actually got dressed up.
Yeah.
And we watched his wedding on TV.
Yeah, our listeners all
Isn't
got
that
dressed
cool?
up. And,
Yeah.
Now, your wife was okay with all of it?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough at the time, but
Yeah.
she got better with it.
Did she want a big wedding?
Yeah, she likes the.
She likes the whole
princess.
9 yards.
The pomp and
Yeah.
circumstance.
Sure, yeah.
They've since gotten divorced, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah, sorry.
That is sad.
But they did their
that
divorce
is
on Zoom, too, which
Yes.
was pretty cool.
See
That is
Kevin Farley
sad.
at the streets of St. Charles Funny Bone tonight, 7:30, 9:30. Tomorrow, 7 to 9:30. Sunday at 6:30. Anything else to plug?
I have a podcast that I do called Offsides. We talk about football and sports and that
We
kind
don't
of thing.
talk about football in this city.
That's right. I know. Sorry. Especially that they won the Super Bowl.
We didn't watch. We didn't know that.
Didn't we have higher ratings than LA did?
Yeah,
St.
we did.
Louis
More
St.
really?
Louis is
Higher
than
ratings
LA.
than LA did.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
LA is not a
We
sports
hate watched,
town.
though.
I've lived in LA for a long time. They're not a great sports town.
No.
No, that's wild. Well, I am. Apology. Apologize.
No, we are.
Yeah,
Just
it's all right.
joking.
Well, there is. We appreciate you coming in. I know you got to go up to do another thing, but it's fine.
TV or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You have more fun here.
I did. Thank you, guys.
There he is, Mr.
Thank
Kevin
you.
Farley.